Thaddeus is not turning into a ghoul, even though Fallout Season 2 Episode 3 clearly wants you to think that he is. When we return to Thaddeus in this episode, he's more mutated than ever, running a strange operation with both ghoulified and non-ghoul children, collecting bottle caps by opening Sunset sarsaparilla bottles inside a working factory. They even have a Securitron guarding the place, making it seem like Thaddeus carved out his own little wasteland empire. And Thaddeus himself openly wonders if he's becoming a ghoul. But when you actually look at what the show is showing us, the evidence points in a very different direction. Back in Season 1, Thaddeus was injected by the quack doctor with a mysterious serum that caused him to heal instantly. That alone already separates his condition from normal ghoulification. Ghouls don't heal instantly. Their transformation is slow, painful, and driven by long-term radiation exposure. The show even reminds us of this on purpose. In the previously on segment before Episode 3, Thaddeus' rapid healing is highlighted again, almost as if the writers want it fresh in your mind. And that's placed in direct contrast with the actual ghoul in this episode, who is digging an object out of his leg and clearly not healing the way Thaddeus does. Visually, Thaddeus doesn't fully match established ghouls either. In trailers, we see him growing teeth out of his shoulder, something that doesn't resemble standard ghoul mutations. And in a longer released scene, it's made very clear that Thaddeus still has his nose. Ghouls losing their noses is one of the most iconic and consistent traits in Fallout lore. Thaddeus even jokes about waiting for his nose to fall off, but the implication feels deliberate. Maybe it's not falling off at all. There's also behind-the-scenes evidence that adds to this. Long before Season 2 aired, an image surfaced showing Thaddeus getting hand molds made. Those hands don't look like ghoul hands in any way. All of this points toward Thaddeus mutating into something else entirely, and that something else is likely connected to FEV. Season 2 has been quietly expanding West-Tek lore, and that's not accidental. West-Tek is the company responsible for creating FEV in the first place. Episode 2 features a hospital sign referencing treatment for the new plague, the pre-war disease that led to FEV's creation. Episode 1 even includes a pre-war West-Tek skincare product advertisement, which is entirely new lore for the TV series. These details matter. FEV is responsible for super mutants, centaurs, and countless other horrors in Fallout. If Thaddeus was injected with an experimental serum derived from
If Hank really is communicating with the Enclave, Season 2 may be laying the groundwork for them to emerge as the true villains in Season 3. Even a background image during Season 2 pre-production raised eyebrows among fans. It closely resembles Malcolm McDowell, the actor behind John Henry Eden, the Enclave president from Fallout 3. That image being present at all feels intentional. All of this ties directly into the Brotherhood storyline as well. Episode 3 explains the Brotherhood's origins through Quintus, who claims Roger Maxon chose God over government after discovering FEV experiments at Mariposa. But that's a manipulation. In reality, Maxon shows his own moral code. He killed the scientists and abominations because he believed it was wrong, not because of faith. Quintus reframes this history to control the Brotherhood, and that manipulation creates a fracture between him and Maximus. Maximus believes violence is the answer, because violence has always rewarded him. He killed a knight and was praised for it. He suggests killing Harkness and is suddenly punished. This contradiction confuses him, because he's trying to fit into a system that doesn't actually practice what it preaches. By the end of the episode, Maximus makes a defining choice. He stops Harkness, defying Brotherhood doctrine that treats all ghouls as abominations. This act likely triggers a Brotherhood civil war. Teasers suggest Maximus escapes Area 51 with cold fusion, possibly with Thaddeus disguised in power armor. Cold fusion represents unlimited power, and the episode heavily foreshadows how Maximus will use it. Unlike Maxon, who turned away from new creatures, Maximus chooses to protect them. He saves the ghoul children, and even some non-ghoul children choose to stay with their ghoul friends. That parallel is important. Earlier in the episode, NCR remnants talk about fighting for clean water, schools, and rights for people like ghouls. That line feels like a roadmap for Maximus's future. The NCR supports ghoul rights, and now so does Maximus. With cold fusion in hand, it's easy to imagine him rebuilding something like Shady Sands, turning his story into the opposite of his father's legacy. Fallout Season 2, Episode 3 isn't just teasing Thaddeus' mutation, it's setting up FEV, the Enclave, a Brotherhood civil war, and the ideological future of the wasteland. And Thaddeus becoming something other than a ghoul may be the key that ties all of it together. So that's why I don't believe Thaddeus is becoming a ghoul at all. Fallout Season 2, Episode 3 is quietly setting up something much bigger, something tied to FEV, West-Tek, the Brotherhood's past, and possibly the return of the Enclave as a major force in the future. Between Thaddeus' strange mutations, Maximus choosing compassion over doctrine, and cold fusion falling into the wrong hands, it feels like the wasteland is on the edge of another massive shift. Fallout has always been about power, choice, and consequences, and this episode makes it clear that those themes are about to collide in a big way. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more Fallout Season 2 theories, lore explanations, and episode analysis, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Let me know in the comments what you think Thaddeus is really becoming, and I'll see you in the next one.